So it's a new year and we've got New Year resolutions. Everybody seems to have a New Year resolution that relates to health and activity and fitness. And I think where a lot of people go wrong, and if you look back at the years before, you probably see that they lasted for maybe a month and then you kind of go off the rails. Now I think that's because people set themselves big targets and they sort of look and they want to improve their health. But what you need to do is take that big target and break it down into much smaller, achievable chunks. So I think the important thing to do is think to yourself, I don't have to go out and join a gym and commit an hour a day to exercise. You just need to find little opportunities of building activity and exercise into your everyday life. If you think about it, maybe during your lunch break at work, if you went out for a walk every day during your lunch break, those little chunks of exercises would add up over a year to a huge amount of activity. Another great little tip, when the commercial breaks come on during your favorite program, instead of going out and making a cup of tea, how about putting in one of the great exercises like your sit-ups or your tricep work, just getting down on the floor, doing those exercises. By the time your program comes back in, you'll have done yourself some good. A lot of people spend so much time sitting at their desk, and if you think about it, you can picture them, can't you? They're sort of hunched over a keyboard. Well, there's something called muscle memory, and if you stick a muscle in a certain position, that's where it remembers it needs to be. So what you need to do is, say every half an hour, you need to take a posture break. And that posture break is really correcting yourself and encouraging your muscles to remember good positions. So you've got to retract here, pull back, lift and just roll through your shoulders. Kind of get yourself back into a good position. Because what's going to happen there is you're going to lift your ribs, open your lungs, and by getting more oxygen into your lungs, that's going to be transported around your blood, into your muscles, and you're going to feel so much better. So little things like posture are amazingly important. So my top tips are absolutely make yourself a goal, but make sure that that goal is really, really achievable, make it manageable. And then write it down, because if you write it down, you're much more likely to achieve it. But my biggest tip is actually just to go out there and do it. Start immediately, because the sooner you start, the sooner you're going to get there. I think that this year it's really important to get a little bit of structure, to get a bit of a kickstart from the challenge. And then after the challenge, you set yourself those longer term goals, and we make this year a great year.